let's talk about something most people don't talk about openly, and if they do, it's usually reduced to cheap punchlines, shallow how-to lists, or clickbait. But you and I, we're going to go deeper, because sex, real, connected, passionate sex, is so much more than a physical act. It's not just friction and noise. It's not a performance. It's not a checklist of moves. At its most powerful, it's a language. It's one of the most primal, beautiful, emotionally intelligent forms of communication we have. And here's the truth that might surprise you. Men, yes, even the ones who act tough, reserved, or emotionally distant, have favorite sex positions that they absolutely love, but would never tell you why. Not because they're hiding it, but because most men don't even realize what these positions represent on a deeper level. They just know they feel incredible, they feel right, they feel like home. And that's where you come in. As women, you are the emotional leaders of intimacy. You don't just bring your body to the bedroom, you bring your intuition, your sensuality, your ability to connect deeply even in moments of silence. And when you understand what turns a man on, not just physically, but emotionally, you unlock something in him that even he didn't know he was craving. That's what we're diving into today. I'm going to walk you through the top 5 sex positions that men secretly love. Not because they're flashy or acrobatic, but because they tap into something much deeper. His longing to be needed, desired, respected, trusted, even worshipped a little. Because in these moments, he doesn't just feel pleasure, he feels connected, masculine, alive. So whether you're in a long-term relationship, exploring a new connection, or just trying to understand the male mind a little better, this isn't about technique, it's about energy, emotion, psychology, and how you can use that to create more powerful, passionate, unforgettable moments with the man in your life. Ready to go there? Let's begin. Most people assume that men always want to be in control when it comes to sex, that they prefer to dominate, lead, take the reins. And while that's often true on the surface, what many women don't realize is how deeply arousing it is for a man to not be in control every now and then. There's something magnetic, almost hypnotic about a woman who isn't just participating in sex, but who's actively taking the lead. When you're on top, you're not just changing the angle or pace of movement, you're shifting the power dynamic in the most sensual way possible. You're saying with your body, I'm not waiting for you to want me. I already know that you do. And I'm going to show you what that feels like. That moment when you take control, it does something to a man. It allows him to fully let go. And not in a submissive way, but in a way that allows him to experience your desire without needing to direct it. A rare, potent form of surrender. Because as much as men love to be strong, there's something incredibly sexy about being able to trust a woman to guide the moment. When he sees you on top, moving in your rhythm, your expression showing that you're as lost in the moment as he is, it doesn't just turn him on, it pulls him in. Deeply, emotionally, primally. A woman on top represents something that most men rarely see in real life. A woman who is completely unapologetic about her sensuality. It's a bold expression of confidence. Not the kind that screams for attention, but the quiet, simmering kind that says, I know who I am. I know what I want, and I'm not afraid to go after it. That level of confidence, when expressed physically, is addictive to a man, not just because it looks good, but because it feels good. It feels like trust. It feels like safety. It feels like intimacy. What many women don't realize is that this position also communicates something powerful beyond the bedroom. It tells a man that you are capable of both receiving and giving pleasure. That you're not afraid to step into your feminine power and say, I want to feel you, but I also want you to feel me. It says that you are not just waiting for him to lead, you're ready to meet him, to match him, to play with that energy between you, and that is incredibly rare. So yes, this is a position men love, secretly, deeply, emotionally, not just because of what it does to their bodies, but because of what it reveals about yours, your confidence, your desire, your willingness to be seen. And when a man sees that version of you, He doesn't just want you, he wants more of you over and over again. There's a reason some of the simplest things in life are also the most powerful. In a world full of novelty, fantasy, and fast-paced stimulation, we often overlook what's right in front of us, what's real, raw, and profoundly intimate. That's exactly what makes face-to-face missionary such a deeply loved position among men, even if they rarely speak about it. It may not seem adventurous at first glance, but for a man who's truly connected to you, or even just starting to fall for you, this position offers something no other does: the ability to see you and to be seen in return. In this position, it's not just skin touching skin, it's eye contact, it's foreheads pressed together, it's the quiet exchange of breath, the way your hands find each other in the dark, the way your legs wrap around him, not just to bring him deeper, but to pull him closer. It's personal, it's emotional, and for a man who values more than just release, this isn't just sex, it's intimacy in its purest form. There's something about seeing your face up close, flushed with arousal, lost in sensation, that absolutely undoes him. It's not about performance, it's not about who's in control, it's about presence, it's about emotional nakedness. In this position, he can kiss you slowly while he moves inside you. He can whisper something in your ear and feel your reaction immediately. He can read you, not just your body, but your soul. And when he loves you, or even deeply desires you with respect and admiration, that is what he's craving most. The ability to be in the moment with you, heart to heart. What a lot of women don't realize is that men carry so much emotional weight in their daily lives. Expectations to be strong, capable, unemotional, resilient. But in this one moment, when he's hovering above you and you're looking directly into his eyes, that armor falls away. He gets to be soft, vulnerable, emotional. He gets to feel like he's not just pleasuring you, but that he's connecting with you, that he's loved, that he's accepted, that he's enough. And maybe that's the most powerful thing of all. This position tells him he doesn't have to perform or impress you to be worthy of your touch. He just has to be present. And when you meet him there with your full self, your heart open, your body relaxed, your eyes locked into his, you give him something he doesn't even know he needed. Not just pleasure, not just validation, but the quiet, unspoken assurance that he's truly wanted, that he's seen, that he's home. So while this might look like the default or basic position to the outside world, to a man who's emotionally connected to you, it's anything but. It's where love lives. It's where he feels the most alive, and that is unforgettable. There's a part of sex that's instinctual, primal. It doesn't think, it doesn't analyze. It just wants. And for men, few positions tap into that raw, unfiltered craving like doggy style. It's intense, it's dominant, it's often viewed as purely physical. But the truth is, there's so much more going on beneath the surface, especially when a man loves the woman he's with. To outsiders, this position might seem detached. You're facing away, there's no eye contact, no verbal exchange. But that's the illusion. Because for a man, doggy style isn't just about what he sees or even what he feels physically. It's about what it symbolizes emotionally. It's about trust, surrender, a kind of sacred permission that says, I'm giving you access to all of me. And for a man who truly cherishes you, that permission hits deeper than any words ever could. Think about what it takes for a woman to turn her back, expose her most vulnerable side, and say, without saying a word, I trust you. That's what this position embodies. It's not cold, it's not detached, it's charged with a silent intimacy that's magnetic. When a man is behind you, he isn't just leading the rhythm, he's supporting you, holding you, guiding you through a moment where both of you can express a more animalistic side of yourselves without apology. What many don't understand is that for men, this position also taps into their deep desire to feel powerful. not in a controlling way, but in a protective one. When he pulls you toward him, when he grips your hips, when he matches your movement with his strength, he feels like a man. Not because he's taking from you, but because you're letting him give you everything he has. There's a sacredness in that give and take, a kind of mutual permission to let go of the world outside and just be raw, messy, honest. And let's not ignore the visual side of it. For men, doggy style gives them a perspective that's deeply arousing. The curve of your back, the way your body moves with his, it's captivating. But again, the real turn on isn't just what he sees, it's what it means. It's the combination of submission and power, vulnerability and strength, feminine softness and fiery intensity. You're letting him have you in a way that says, I trust you to handle me. And that's not weak, it's powerful beyond measure. In a truly connected relationship, this position becomes something so much more than just a bedroom favorite. It becomes an unspoken ritual, a moment where a man gets to release every ounce of tension he's been holding, and where a woman gets to be fully, unapologetically taken. It's not about performance, it's about feeling. And when it's done with love, respect, and deep emotional chemistry, it becomes one of the most magnetic experiences a man can have. Spooning is one of those positions that often gets overlooked. It's not flashy, it doesn't make headlines, it isn't something people brag about, and yet it holds a kind of magic that few other positions ever touch. If doggy style is about raw passion and missionary is about eye contact and emotional closeness, then spooning is about peace. It's about comfort. It's about home. What makes spooning so powerful, especially for a man, is the sense of emotional safety it brings. In this position, he's not just being close to you, he's wrapping you. He's holding your body against his, breathing in the scent of your skin, feeling your curves against him in this incredibly vulnerable, organic way. It's not about domination. It's not about control. It's about closeness, warmth, simplicity. And in a world that constantly asks men to be strong, assertive, and emotionally guarded, this moment of softness is something he craves far more than he lets on. Most men would never articulate this. They might not even fully understand it. But when he's with you like this, when he's inside you from behind, your body gently curled into his, your hand on his, he feels something that goes beyond lust. He feels tenderness, intimacy, a kind of quiet love that doesn't need to be shouted. It's whispered, it's felt. What's beautiful about spooning is how naturally it invites emotional presence. It doesn't rush, it doesn't demand. It's slow, patient, connected. It's the kind of position that usually happens in the early morning or late at night, when the lights are low, when the world is still, and all that's left is you and him, your bodies tangled together, not in a fevered rush, but in a shared rhythm. In this space, he can let down his guard. He can be soft, gentle, even emotional. For women, it might feel passive at first, but don't underestimate the quiet power of allowing yourself to be held, to be enveloped by someone who isn't just loving your body, but is loving your entire presence. And for men, that is deeply fulfilling. To be the one who gets to protect you, even in a moment that's tender. To feel like he's not just giving you pleasure, but giving you a sense of safety, closeness, peace. What men secretly love about this position isn't just the pleasure, it's the intimacy. It's the way it blurs the line between sex and cuddling, between passion and protection. It reminds him that not all connection needs to be loud. That sometimes the quietest moments are the ones that leave the deepest impact. And when you let him love you this way, softly, slowly, completely, you give him something he might not even realize he's been missing. The permission to feel, to be tender, to love with his whole heart, even in the stillness. There's a moment in sex that goes beyond passion, beyond lust, beyond even emotional connection. It touches something spiritual. It's the moment when a man doesn't just feel wanted, he feels worshipped. And for many men, that feeling is unlocked in the quiet power of a position like this one, when you're lying at the edge of the bed and he's standing or kneeling before you, entering you from the front. It's a position that doesn't get talked about often, but it holds a powerful psychological allure. Because to him, it isn't just about access, it's about adoration. In this position, your body is fully open to him, laid out, exposed, but not in a passive way, in a receptive one. Your hips rest at the edge, your legs wrapped around him, your eyes gazing up, or sometimes your head thrown back in pleasure. It's a moment where he gets to look at you, all of you, and feel that you're not just letting him in physically, you're letting him in emotionally. You're not hiding, you're not withholding, you're fully available in your body, in your energy, in your surrender. For a man, this position strikes at the heart of something he rarely gets to experience. The sense that you want to be loved by him, not just tolerate it, not just accept it, but crave it. And when he sees you stretched out, waiting for him, not because he asked, but because you wanted to, it lights something primal in his soul. It's not just erotic, it's reverent. He feels like he's not just making love to you, he's being welcomed by you. And here's the deeper truth. Men carry an unspoken need to feel chosen, even the most confident ones, the ones who seem like they have all the power in the world. Deep down, they ache for the woman who doesn't just say, I'll take you, but says, I see you, I desire you, and I want to be claimed by you. That's the energy this position delivers. It tells him that you're not just letting him in, you're inviting him to take his place in your world, even if just for that moment. It also shifts the dynamic in a subtle but powerful way. When you're lying back and he's standing over you, the usual rush and chaos of sex fade. He slows down, he watches, he listens, he becomes hyper aware of your reactions, your breath, your moans, your movements. He starts making love not just with his body, but with his full attention. And that is when he begins to feel something even deeper: responsibility, devotion, a desire to please you. Not out of ego, but out of reverence for the goddess you've become in front of him. And that's what this position represents. Not just desire, but devotion. Not just sex, but sacredness. When you give yourself this way, not as an object, but as a willing, empowered woman, it touches a part of him that few ever reach. And in that moment, he's not just inside your body, he's connected to your soul. So what does all of this really mean? It means that sex, when done with emotional awareness, with depth, with presence, isn't just about the body. It's about identity, it's about energy, it's about the way we see each other, the way we honor each other, and the way we allow our deepest desires to meet in moments of vulnerability and trust. These positions, they're not just favorites because they feel good, though they absolutely do. They're favorites because they awaken something deeper in a man. They allow him to feel in ways he rarely allows himself to crave, to surrender, to lead, to be led, to connect. And here's the secret most people never talk about. It's not the position itself that creates the magic. It's the woman in it. It's the way you move, the way you look at him, the way you give yourself permission to be bold, to be open, to be deeply, unapologetically feminine. Because when you show up that way, not just in bed, but in every part of the relationship, you create an experience he can't forget, a bond that lingers long after the moment is over, a magnetic connection that keeps pulling him back to you, not just for pleasure, but for meaning. So don't just memorize positions. Don't just follow steps. Feel your way into the connection. Tune into what he needs, yes, but also what you want. Because when you own your power, your pleasure, your presence, you don't just give him the best sex of his life. You give him the most unforgettable version of you. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these resonated with you the most? Was there a position that surprised you, or maybe one that you already love, but now see through a whole new lens? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. And if this stirred something in you, if you felt empowered, awakened, or just seen, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs a little reminder that sex isn't just physical. It's deeply emotional. You deserve love that ignites you, that respects you, that remembers you, and he does too. Until next time, stay magnetic.